Good evening. Welcome to the Philadelphia Academy Board of Trustees June meeting. Okay. I'll call the meeting to order at 7:08 p.m. Doris Nielsen, could you please call the roll for this final time? Doris?
Anthony Boyle.
Here.
Mary Geisler. Here. George McClay.
Here.
John McGrody.
Here.
Doris Nielsen, present. Robert Sullivan. Stephen Gillespie.
Here. All are present at this time. I'd ask all to rise for the pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We met in executive session tonight from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. There were a lot of resolutions on the agenda. There's a lot of resolutions for July's agenda. Through the Budget Committee and our financial consultant, we're still tackling budget issues, and we're still hotly debating the budget for the school year. With that, I'm going to ask for, did you guys want to?
I have two.
Yes, Duke, did you want to jump into that now?
Sure. Absolutely.
Good evening, everyone. We want to recognize our students of the month for the month of May. I do see two came tonight. Thank you for coming during the summer. We want to recognize these two wonderful students. We'll start with our second grader, Miss Jasmine Wheelbazinski. Graduating 8th graders, Mr. William Grace. Congratulations.
Shake.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out after your graduation. I gave you a report from the executive session. If our board, we got some business conduct. If the families wanted to depart at this time and just receive awards, we would not be terribly offended. Totally up to you guys. I'll entertain a motion to approve minutes from our last meeting. I'll make a motion by Boyle, seconded by Pulaski. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Guys have it. I'll move on to the next page. CEO's report.
Good evening. On Friday, May 29th, we held the district hunt at our elementary school. It was one of our most successful fundraisers at Pax Elementary School. Students had a fantastic time running and walking to the music. Our middle schoolers really loved the color run when they ran through colored cornstarch with white t-shirts. Pledges are still coming in, but we are expecting approximately $17,000 from the fund run. After careful consideration and mounting debt in our food service department, PAX participated in a public bid process to outsource our food services for the 15-16 school year. On May 12th, we held a pre-bid meeting. On the 22nd, 3 companies provided proposals. From the 26th through June 15th, we had a committee of individuals. The CEO, principals, parents, and 2 board members to review the proposals independently. Additionally, the CEO and principals made site visits to some of our neighboring charter schools to see each of these companies in operation. We visited NAST, Youth Foundations, and independent charter schools. Each of these schools had one of the three companies that bid for us as their current contractors. The committee has recommended that the Philadelphia Academy Charter hire Mashios Food Service to provide our food service program for our community for the next school year. Thank you.
Thank you. Principal's report, Mrs.
The high school had a successful closing on June 12th after students took their final exams. Report cards have been mailed to families and will be coming home shortly. The evening of June 12th was our high school graduation. Special thanks to the parents, staff, and board members who are with us to share this important milestone in the children's lives. Summer projects have been posted on our school's website for the upcoming school year. Parents may call if you have any questions about course schedules, summer assignments, or grades. Our summer hours are we are open on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 8 to 3. Thank you to for all of your support and for a great year.
Thank you. Grade school?
Good evening, everyone. We had two lovely promotion ceremonies last week. 70 kindergartners were promoted to first grade, and 95 eighth graders were honored last Thursday evening. Camp Ramp, ESY, and Sports Camp all begin right after 4th of July weekend. Camp Ramp and Sports Camp are from Tuesday, July 7th through Thursday, July 30th, from 9 until 3. There will be about 100 students here for reading and math. We also have our ESY program, and that is from July 7th through August 6th. And we have about 25 or 30 students in the grade school and the high school for ESY. The year ended nicely, and students were out at noon on June 12th. And we'd like to welcome Dr. Maria McColgan, who is joining the board this evening as the grade school rep, and to say thank you to Doris Nielsen for 2 great years as a board member.
Coleman School, I don't know if I see anybody.
Kim couldn't make it tonight. My name is Paul Coleman. How are you? We just wrapped up some fundraisers with the book fair. Talking to Anna Marie about helping fund the sign for the front of the school. And also talking about maybe making one home school between the high school and the grade school to provide some continuity there. We also felt that since the high school doesn't do a lot of fundraisers, maybe we just need 1 or 2 parents from the high school to step up. It'd be easier for them to do that if they knew they were stepped up to an existing team, so to speak. So I don't have any final numbers for the book fair or anything like that, but I know it was a success. So that's where we're at.
Good, thank you for
No
your
problem.
hard work. Parent advisory camp,
We're on sabbatical until August.
thank you. Transition committee, I'm thinking that, oh, I said.
No new business.
So,
Jenny.
Jenny, I'm sorry. Just assume so. At this time, I neglected to entertain a motion to approve the agenda, so I'll make the motion. Do I have a second? Second by Sullivan. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Finally, do you have anything for the budget committee? Mike Thompson's here. We will be having a motion tonight to adopt the budget. Unfortunately, things are still bleak. We're adopting a budget with a deficit that we don't want to do, but we feel compelled, forced to do at this point. We're in discussions next year wherein we want to adopt a zero-line budget where we are not adopting a budget which is in deficit. We're looking at all kinds of things to make that happen. I don't know if you have any further comment, Mike. No. Committee reports, George, did you have anything from you personally?
Only about you are selling a couple of the old buses and resolutions tonight, and purchasing a couple of used buses for the equipment that's
Good, we'll be in the resolution. Anything under old business? Anything under new business before we get into the resolution? Anything under public comment?
How much of a deficit are we running?
$1.4 million. We have fund reserves to cover that at this point. Going into years ahead, it's going to be very critical.
What are our reserves?
Reserves, or our fund reserve, Mike, are 6.4 million.
Sorry?
6.4 about 6.5 million. Anything else?
I do. With the reserves, have we tapped into that at all yet? Have you tapped into the reserves at 6.4?
We did the past calendar year.
For how much? So it went down how much? By $1 million? Or?
5.5 million.
So our balance now is 6.1? Or is it down?
No, it was originally 8.
Pardon me?
It was originally 8 million.
Okay.
We tapped in for a little over 1.5 million.
Okay.
That's the projection.
Can I ask a question about one of these before you start? Or do you want me to wait till later?
However you.
I just was curious, because one of the resolution was moving the activity funds into the operating funds. What was the student activity fund for to begin with? Because it seemed like there was a lot of money in the preschool and the high school funds. So what was it originally used for?
I don't know what activities they were off the top of my head, but they were funds that have been sitting there for a long time.
And never used?
And they weren't used, and I recommended to Anna Marie that if they're dormant funds and they're not going to be used, we should bring them into the operating budget and spend them in the instructional program. The purpose of a student activity fund is to collect money from the students and then spend it on them. These funds have just been sitting in dormant accounts.
So how they paid for like the baseball fields, the softball fields, the leasing and all that, and the umpires, that all came out of the operating fund then?
These are funds that have been sitting for way
Years.
before I became
Right.
the CEO, obviously. We're talking about funds that have been sitting there for 4 to 5 years,
Okay.
in both the high school and the elementary school. So in looking at what we could do to bring down our deficit this year, that was why we made the determination to take those funds.
Okay. But I was just asking, like, for the sports, you have to lease the fields for practice and all that, middle school, high school. Paying for that, did that always came out of the operating fund then?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Good, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
First resolution, it's a resolution of the Board of Trustees, Philadelphia Academy Charter School to purchase replacement projectors for the grade school whiteboards. Do I have a motion? Motion by Boyle. Second. Seconded by Alaska. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Resolution of Board of Trustees of Philadelphia Academy Charter School to purchase replacement social studies textbooks. There was a need for this. The social studies textbooks were dated, and based on a recommendation of the CEO, we would be approving $12,560 for the purchase of these 125 social studies books. Do I have a motion? Motion by Dexter, second by Jensen. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Yes, have it. Resolution of Board of Trustees of Philadelphia Academy Charter School to approve the disciplinary action expulsion for a high school student. I'm going to ask for Mr. McClay to comment on this, what had happened in this incident. There was an incident in the school. The administration recommended the Board of Trustees that expulsion hearing. The parent and the student and family did not show for the hearing. I don't know if you wanted to give a brief background to it, what the incident was.
There was an altercation in the lunchroom. The girl had a couple bags of marijuana on her. That was turned over to the Philadelphia Police Department. Since there is a zero tolerance for narcotics in the school, there was a hearing that was held. The parents were notified, and they failed to appear, and in turn, the board has expelled her from the school.
Thank you. I'll make the motion. Do I have a second? Second by Boyle. All those in favor saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Resolution of Board of Trustees, Philadelphia Academy Charter School, to purchase 2 school buses for Northwood Academy Charter School. These buses, as George discussed, they were Wolfington buses. They're inspected. They're appraised at a very high rate, higher than what we paid. We're going to be paying $17,500 for it. These buses became available because Northwood Academy Charter School themselves got out of the transportation business, and we saw an opportunity here. And is there a motion? Motion by McLeod, second by Pulaski. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. This is also what Mr. McLeod spoke to regarding transportation. Philadelphia Academy Charter School has 3 15-year-old buses that have been here since our inception. These buses, in the opinion of the administration and the Board of Trustees, can no longer service our students properly. And we are going to enter an agreement with the Spite Auto Auction, 7,000 State Road, to auction off these 3 buses. And I'll make the motion. Is there a second? Second by Sullivan. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. The Board of Trustees, Philadelphia Academy Charter School, has a duty under the school law to adopt a budget for the fiscal year of July 2001, 2015 through June 30th, 2016. That's for the coming school year. We discussed the budget problems, the ongoing problems. We are working diligently, like I said, to have a 0-line budget for next year, where we're not operating in a deficit when we pass the budget. I'll entertain a motion. Motion by President. Do I have a second? Second by Boyle. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Chief Resolution of the Board of Trustees, Chief Executive Officer of Philadelphia Academy Charter School has informed the Board of Trustees that the Pennsylvania Department of Education requires the school to conduct an annual fiscal audit. Typically, the independent accounting firm prepares this report. This is done by operation of school law every year, and the motion calls for the services of Cantor, Novak, Beaver, and Pike to perform this audit, which is required in the amount of $32,000. They're the auditors we use. I know for last year, we used the previous year, Pike.
I don't think they've been here for 4 years.
4 years, I think this is the 4th year we've used that. Do I have a motion? Motion by Sullivan, seconded by Flag. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Pennsylvania Department of Education in this resolution provides reimbursement for the lease of the buildings under the Charter School Lease Reimbursement Program. The school must apply for these funds yearly. We are applying for these funds from the Department of Education, Division of School Facilities, and the reimbursement is approximately in the area of $185,200. I'll make the motion. Do I have a second? Second by Boyle. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. This is the resolution regarding the dormant funds that you questioned. Transfer funds in the amount of $36,967 and $77,840. These are funds that when our budget committee and our CEO looked at the operating budget and looked at our school accounts, these funds were dormant for a number of years. We felt, given our financial situation, that it would be best that we move them into the operating funds for the school, particularly to be used for instructional programming. Do I have a motion?
Hey, John,
Yes.
You might want to put a dot in between there, because it now it says 77 million.
Yeah, it's not 77 million. If it was 77 million, we wouldn't be having a discussion. So, we'll carry. Okay. amend the motion. Do I have a motion? Boyle, seconded by Clay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. At this point, I would ask our CEO to look if there are any accounts that we do have $77 million in. Please get back to us. Yeah, I'm sure you're flush, right? Resolution of the Board of Trustees of Philadelphia Academy Charter School to upgrade and increase the capacity of the wireless internet system in both buildings. The instructional program and the K-12 program is internet dependent. Our dependence on the internet and Wi-Fi and services such as that increases markedly each year. Additional access points are needed. We need more signals. We need better computers and everything in the building. This motion will accomplish that with upgrades to the existing wireless internet system at a cost of $30,000, $811.75. Do I have a motion? By McClay, second by Nielsen. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. We were informed by our current medical provider, Aetna, of their intent to increase the rates by 20% for our staff for 2015-2016 school year. As a result, our CEO, in partnership with BMC Benefit Services, began to investigate prices with other companies. IBC, Independent Blue Cross, provide an appropriate plan for our faculty and staff with only a 6% increase over last year's cost. And this resolution is for the Board of Trustees to approve the switch from Aetna to Blue Cross effective July 1st, 2015 through the following school year. Our staff has been apprised of this. And I would just like to say at this point to note that I know how hard the CEO worked. I know how hard the entire administration worked on this program. They were on the phone, beating down the doors of every healthcare company in the area. And when we first got reports to the board, we were thinking we were going to have a 20% increase. We then thought we were going to have like a 15% increase. And our administration does not take no for an answer. And we ended up with a pretty workable 6% increase over last year's cost. And they did work hard. Thank you for that. I'll make the motion. Do I have a second? Second by Boyle. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Resolution of the Board of Trustees, Philadelphia Academy Charter School to hire Massey's Food Services to run the food service programs for K-12 for the 15-16 school year. Our food service program here at the school has carried a deficit for the past several years. Despite cost savings through the National School Lunch Program, is no longer an option for us to provide this. Philadelphia Academy Charter School participated in a public bid process to outsource food services for the next school calendar year. On May 12th, the pre-bid meeting occurred. May 22nd, 3 companies provided proposals, and a committee consisting of board members and the administration, one with the CEO and the school principals, 2 parents, and 2 reviewed all proposals independently. Site visits were made in neighboring charter schools to see these companies who have contracts with those schools in operation. And the committee has recommended that Massey's Food Service provide a food service program for our school community, and that the Board of Trustees approve the recommendation to outsource the food service program to Massey's Food Service. And I'd again like to thank the administration for this. I'd like to thank the board members, and I particularly like to thank Steve Pulaski, who has some experience, if not expertise, in this area, for his reviewing of the proposals and the contracts and ferreting out what we need to do to achieve this resolution. I don't know, but if somebody wanted to comment on price differences.
Not the prices between 3 people, just what food service cost us before and what we are getting now.
What the service cost is before is it?
Now, what our deficit, we had $150,000 deficit.
This year will end at about $150,000 deficit between the 2 schools. What 2 of the 3 was one significant piece of it, but it was also their overall plan that they were offering to us, which will include our culinary program, our special education program here at the high school, all of those pieces.
Can I ask for the grade school, like what does this, how does this change the lunch at the grade school or the high school?
Choices, to be honest with you.
Do they bring in stuff in bulk or is it just?
No, they're going to continue to do everything pretty much the way we've done it here with the same number of employees. They will be cooking in both buildings. And when we say cooking, lunches, there's
Right.
typically one hot, one cold, and there will still be items that can be purchased individually. We'll still be using the point of service, the touch keypad in both cafeterias. Big difference over here at the high school will be introducing the National School Lunch Program again back over here. I think that in terms of choices, there'll be more choices in terms of food. They'll also be able to take advantage more than what we were doing, what's available through the National School Lunch Program. There's actually, as part of being a participant in the National School Lunch Program, there's free food that's offered to the school, which at this point now, we couldn't necessarily take advantage of. We didn't have the proper freezers, there was just a lot of parts to that we'll now be able to. And the end all and be all is the lunches will actually be cheaper. The lunch will be probably $2.50 where we were at $3. So it's a cheaper lunch with more, options for the children.
Can I ask, will Pizza Fridays continue or is that?
No, actually, pizzas will continue.
Okay.
Pizza is, in Philadelphia, pizza is a very big part of all school lunches, yes.
I mean, it's the biggest,
No,
yay, it's Pizza Friday.
Yes, and there are other things that we will be looking into that the company also recommended. There's something called a waiver that you can get to have regular pizza.
Okay.
So for those of you that buy from the cafeteria now, you know that we have to go to great extremes to come up with a whole wheat pizza that children would eat, which was difficult. I mean, our vendor worked really hard with us and did a lot of things, but it still didn't go over very well.
Yeah.
Not as well as regular pizza.
That's because the kids knew, I think.
Right.
Thank you.
Motion by Glenn, seconded by Lacy. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Resolution of the Board of Trustees of Philadelphia Academy Charter School to approve the appointment of a new grade school representative. An election was held for the grade school representative on the Board of Trustees in the spring of 2015. An opening is occurring based on the departure of our very hardworking board secretary. And on Tuesday, June 2nd, Dr. Maria McColgan was elected for a 2-year term on the Board of Trustees starting July 1st, 2015 and ending June 30th, 2017. Additionally, I'm going to amend this resolution at this time. There is also another board member whose term expires at the end of this month. That is our very own board vice president, Anthony Boyle. Tony Boyle came to the school 2 years ago. He's become an integral member of the board, an integral member of the faculty community. The board unanimously would like him to remain, and he's going to do this for another 2 years. So, he's going to just continue with the oath he took 2 years ago. And at that, we'll pass the motion and we'll swear Dr. McCall. Would you like to make a motion? That would be appropriate. So I'll make the motion. Would somebody else like to second it? Seconded by Lacy. Doris is going to give us a third. And all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. If I could ask Dr. McCall to come up in the front and we'll swear you in at this point. Yeah, we got the shorter version. And then the other one we had, if you could raise your right hand. Philadelphia Academy Charter School Board of Trustees, oath of office. As a member in good standing of the Philadelphia Academy Charter School Board of Trustees, I pledge to, if you just want to read, that might be easier.
Sure.
I pledge to abide by the bylaws, rules, regulations, mission statement, and code of conduct standards of the PACT bylaws, to deliberate openly, honestly, and in good faith in proceedings of the Board of Directors, to never intentionally bring dishonor or disrespect upon the Philadelphia Academy Charter School or members of the Board of Directors, and to keep the best interests of the school foremost in my tenure as a board member.
Congratulations and thank you. Thank you to her family for lending her to us. And we can now tell her that she's only going to be utilized for about an hour a month, which is absolutely not true. I'll tell you that after you're sworn in. And we look forward to working with you. Thank you. This is a resolution regarding the Board of Trustees of Philadelphia Academy Charter School to enter into a contract with Burns Mechanical for heating, air conditioning, and energy efficiency. The Chief Executive Officer reviewed several bids and service plans from 3 heating and air conditioning contractors over the past months. Burns Mechanical was chosen for their high-performance maintenance service and support partnership. This partnership focuses on decreasing energy costs while increasing energy efficiency. Therefore, it be resolved that the Board of Trustees accepts the contract with Burns Mechanical for the 2015 to 16, not 26, school year at a cost of $11,084 for the high school, $16,624 for the grade school, and $3,348 for the grade school annex. Do I have a motion?
I would like to make a motion to table this. We believe that it's anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 too high. Continue on month to month that we have with them until a discrepancy or until we can, as a board, resolve it. It's the most efficient use of money.
I understand that, but are we currently with them? You're not currently with them?
We're with Elliott Lewis.
Right, on a month to month.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so your motion,
Continue with Elliott
your motion is to
Lewis
table
on a
this and
month-to-month.
continue with Elliott Lewis.
We're paying all the bills right now.
Our contract for a year is just over $30,000.
So it's,
It's impressive.
It's the same as this one. This is 31,000.
is there a second on the motion? Seconded by Pulaski. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed?
No.
No. That's me and Georgia News. Or anybody else? No. Okay, so that motion carries 5 to 2.
Is that
To table. To table it, yes. And that concludes our motion part of the meeting. At this time, I would just like to say a few very brief words. 2 years ago, I had the honor, along with George McClay and Doris Nielsen, of being elected by our peer parents to represent their interests on the board. At that time, Doris Nielsen came onto the board. Doris was elected as a parent and a grade school representative. It wasn't always easy. Doris leads a very rich life in motion. Every time I talk to her on the phone or something, it's like the wheels on the bus. She was always moving and going somewhere. Doris gave a lot to the school board. She gave a lot to the school. She also took some hits to her and her family. And for that, I thank her for the most. Doris has been a great addition to our PACS community. She's been a great addition to our board. And in talking to Doris over the years, the thing that she sacrificed the most is time away from her family. And I see Eddie in the back. We're hoping to return her to your family in a big way. And I'd like to thank you for your service. And I didn't know if you wanted to say anything.
Thank you.
I'd like to say thank you to everybody because I did get so much support from the teachers and the parents, and it was very humbling. It truly was an honor to sit on the board, and I never took that for granted. I also would like to say I am very excited that Maria McColgan is going to be replacing me. I think she brings new ideas and fresh initiative. I feel confident leaving with the administration in place. They work so hard and they work so well together. I'm sure everybody must have seen that. And to the parents out there, I would like to say, please get involved. This is your children's school, and the school really needs your help. And it is the same parents that are here at the board meeting every month, which is wonderful. But there's so many other ways to get involved. You don't have to make an evening board meeting. You can go to the school, you can contact one of your teachers. There is many things that you can do. So I look forward to seeing you in the future because I will continue to volunteer my time, and I hope to see you. Thank you.
We got you a little something, not a lot, but it symbolizes what you did here on the board. It is a book that symbolizes education, and inside it there's a clock which symbolizes the time that you gave to the board. And I have the wrong pair of glasses with me tonight, but I believe that this says, Doris Nielsen, thank you for your service to the PAX board.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there anything under public comment? Good of the order, hi, sir.
Hi, I just want to say thank you to Doris and really to all of you. I think you guys took a lot of hits over the last few years. And as you know, that I've been coming to board meetings for a really long time, and I've never seen a board that actually was open and had discussions. And it seemed at times you didn't always get along, or you didn't always agree on everything, but I would much rather have that than what we've had in the past. So I thank you guys for all of you, and especially Doris. Thank you. We do appreciate it.
Anybody else have anything nice to say about Doris?
I have a lot of things, but I have to go pick up our son.
Okay.
Get off the porch so she can go get him.
Motion to adjourn?